Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, police shooting. A Mountie shoots someone at an RCMP detachment in Sherwood Park. Animal cruelty allegations. A woman banned from owning horses facing new criminal charges. And a cool summer. July's jumble of weather with no scorching heat waves.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
A man is in hospital tonight after a shooting at the police detachment in Sherwood Park. RCMP say he showed up in the gated parking lot this morning with what appeared to be a gun. It happened around 10:30 this morning. The building was put on lockdown. RCMP say officers shot the man. First aid was administered and he was taken to hospital. A man who lives at the seniors' home across the street says he heard 3 or 4 gunshots and saw police surround a person on the ground. He says an ambulance came shortly afterwards and left with its sirens on. RCMP say Alberta's police watchdog is now investigating. The detachment commander says the situation is unnerving.
But this is our home. This is our home away from home. So it did. It unnerved our employees. It unnerved our... but we are looking in to see what happened in terms of this person gaining access to our secured area. And that, again, will all be part of the investigations.
This is the third shooting involving Alberta RCMP in the past 10 days. In mid-July, a man was shot and killed by police in Grand Prairie. Police say they attempted to pull him over for driving erratically. After driving off, he took out a gun during a confrontation with police. And yesterday, police shot and killed a man in Lac La Biche. RCMP say during a disturbance call, he attacked one of the officers with a knife before being shot. Edmonton police are hosting a town hall meeting later tonight to address a new wave of extortions targeting the South Asian business community. CTV's Nav Sanga joins us outside of the Southwood Community League this evening. So Nav, what are people hoping to get out of tonight's meeting?
Well, Matt, they want more information about what police are exactly doing to stop these extortions and reassurance that it will be safe for them to come forward and speak with police. Edmonton police say there have been 6 recent incidents. For over a year, a police investigation known as Project Gaslight identified a total of 40 incidents of extortion, arson, and shootings targeting South Asian businesses. Police say these latest extortions are not being included in Project Gaslight. Radio host Gershon Butter says the perpetrators will start with a phone call, demanding a large sum of money. They will also contact employers, colleagues, friends, and family to get the money. He says community members have hired 24/7 security, and in some cases, people have actually fled the city and country. He hopes today's town hall will send the message that the community is united.
We are together, we are standing together, we are standing hand in hand, and we are willing to face any challenge. And that's a very important message the community need to send. We don't need to leave those people alone over there who have faced this directly. Community should stand by with them. Yes, it could happen to you today, it could happen to us tomorrow, and we are standing with you.
Police say they are investigating connections to the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. India's counter-terrorism law enforcement agency says the gang's leader, Bishnoi, operates his terror syndicate from jails in different states in India. Alberta Premier Daniel Smith has called the federal government to designate the gang as a terrorist organization in Canada. Now, a similar town hall was held last year, and community members say it did help build trust with police. Tonight's town hall will start at 7. Matt?
All right, Nav Sanga live outside of the Southside Community League. Thank you. It's been nearly 2 months since a teenager from Edmonton disappeared. His friends and family are looking for answers. Dozens of friends, family, and supporters gathered at Rossdale Park yesterday for a vigil for Samuel Bird. Police say the 14-year-old was last seen June 1st when he left his home to go visit a friend in West Edmonton. His mother says it's unlike her son to go this long without reaching out.
I'm just hoping and praying that we'll get some answers soon so I just know where my boy is and if he's alive, like that'd be like the best, but if he's not, and I don't think he is because just everything just stopped. Like no messages, nothing.
Bird is 5'8" with a slim build. He has brown hair and brown eyes and may have a black eye and stitches on his cheek and nose. Police say he spends time at West Edmonton Mall and is familiar with the city's west and south sides. One of Edmonton's most historic bridges is getting a long-awaited facelift. Northbound vehicle traffic on the low level has been completely stopped for construction. That traffic is being detoured to the James McDonald Bridge. Southbound traffic will continue, although there will be occasional lane reductions and full closures. A supervisor for the project says despite this year's rehabilitation work, the bridge will still need to be replaced within 5 to 7 years.
A lot of the work is being done underneath the bridge. We're strengthening some elements underneath. We're cleaning it. If you look out there, you're going to see it looks like it's very rusted. We're going to clean that up. The bridge itself still has life left, but we're making sure that it's going to last long enough before we actually have to replace it.
Construction on the low-level bridge is expected to be complete by the end of the year. The provincial government and Alberta Union of Provincial Employees will enter an enhanced mediation process for contract negotiations. Finance Minister Nate Horner says he spoke with the AUPE president, and both parties believe this is the best path towards a fair and equitable agreement. He says the enhanced mediation process will finish by the end of August. The mediator will produce non-binding recommendations for both parties to consider. Back in May, the AUPE reported 90% of its members voted for strike action. The AUPE represents about 23,000 provincial workers. K-Days is celebrating its highest attendance since the COVID-19 pandemic. Crews were cleaning up the exhibition grounds today after more than 764,000 people walked through the gates this year. Explore Edmonton says it saw a new daily record for single-day attendance with 103,000 people visiting last Wednesday. It says the event will continue to try to attract new visitors and build on annual traditions.
I think the event is on solid foundation. We've seen it grow. I think one of the things that we're most proud of is the fact that we're working with over 200 community partners, over 450 vendors, thousands of staff, local staff and volunteers are involved in the event. So this event is really starting to, I think, reflect Edmonton more so.
Here's a tasty statistic for you. Nearly 30,000 corn dogs were eaten throughout the 10-day fair. The Midway also helped raise more than $70,000 for the Alberta Dreams charity, thanks to Edmonton's Chris Sheets. He spent 54 hours riding the Ferris wheel. From heavy downpours to clear blue skies and sunshine, July has been full of different kinds of weather. As CTV's Nara Manisa reports, statistically, we are having the summer we're supposed to have with at least one difference over last year.
And bubblegum is my favorite.
A windy, overcast day may not scream ice cream weather unless you're this trio.
It is ice cream weather every day.
They're not waiting for hot weather to enjoy a cool treat.
It hasn't been sweltering hot like everywhere else, and it hasn't been super rainy. So I think we've got a very good summer.
This ice cream shop worker says it's been a slower month.
You get some business, even though we had like really crappy weather, but of course like that 1 week of rain in like I think beginning of July or something like that, yeah, that didn't really help a lot. Not a lot of business.
July has brought a mixed bag of conditions, but no actual heat wave.
We've seen 9 days below seasonal temperatures, 8 days at seasonal temperatures, and 8 days above seasonal temperatures.
Even though we saw a number of storms, it's not as much rain as some people think.
July so far has been actually a bit on the dry side. It's usually the rainiest month of the year, followed by June, and we're below seasonal rainfall numbers.
It's a tale of 2 Julys from this year to last year. In 2024, Edmonton had 12 days at or above 30 degrees Celsius. The average high was nearly 28 degrees. This year so far, only 2 days reached that mark. Our average high is about 24 degrees. Now, statistically, July's daytime high average is 23.5 degrees Celsius, meaning we are on par for this month.
We have this funny thing here in Edmonton where we want to hit 30 degrees, and I think once we hit 30 degrees, we feel like, oh, it's summer, and that's how we calibrate where it should be, but that's really not the case.
While the sun may not be scorching, there is a silver lining.
I'm quite happy with it because we don't have as much smoke as we did last year.
Enjoying Edmonton's summers is important.
You have to do what you have to do. You live in Edmonton and you have to put up with it.
Whether it's rain, shine, or smoke. Nara Manisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Well, Josh, you've been hearing it from people on the golf course. You've been hearing from colleagues in the newsroom, myself included. Everyone complaining about the weather, but the stats tell a different story.
Perception is not always reality, although there's a little bit of recency bias going on here as well. We'll talk about it in a moment. But first, take a look at these average temperatures. I mean, May actually came in 3 degrees warmer than average for the daytime highs. June and July, I know it feels like it's been brutal, but it's right around average for this time of year. How about hot days? We must have had lots fewer of those. Well, we're at 22 days so far in May, June, July, where it's been 25 or hotter. We're going to get 2 or 3 more. So we're going to be really close to last year, which felt like it was a pretty hot summer. Just a long ways off 2023 and 2021. This is the fewest so far since 2022 and 2020. What about 30-degree days? Well, we had 3 in May, 1 so far this month. We may get another one here before the month is done. That is way below last year. So yes, it's been kind of cool the last week and a half or so. You're seeing a lot of blues and grays here, average or cooler than average temperatures for the last week and a half to 2 weeks. But if you look at the beginning of the month, there were some really hot days at the beginning of the month. And if you look at the next few days, the end of this month, there's some more heat on the way. 21 degrees in Edmonton right now. That will go down as our daytime high for today. So 3 degrees cooler than average. One last cooler than average day today. We should get back to about 25 tomorrow and then close to 30 for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. As for this evening, clouds that are out there right now, they will clear out, and they'll stay out of here for the next few days. Lots of sunshine to go along with the warmer temperatures. We'll take a closer look at that in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, 200 candidates and counting. The change is coming to by-election ballots in Pierre Poilievre's new Alberta riding.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
A woman in Parkland County, convicted multiple times in the past for starving and mistreating horses, is fighting new charges. Patricia Moore has a court-ordered lifetime ban from owning horses. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, Mounties have accused her of violating that order.
Patricia Moore was not in court when her lawyer entered a not guilty plea for the 5 charges she's facing under the criminal code. RCMP laid those charges in April after seizing several horses they described as in distress from a farm near Evansburg. Sources tell CTV this is Patricia or Trish Moore's farm. The gate features equestrian silhouettes and the mailbox with a painted horse reads Moore. A pile of horse manure is just inside a gate elsewhere on the property near a sign warning trespassers to stay away. Moore is charged with possessing stolen property and 2 counts of causing unnecessary pain and suffering or injury to an animal. Police also allege Moore violated a lifetime ban on owning, possessing, or caring for horses. That ban was imposed the last time Moore was in court. In 2019, police, with help from the SPCA, found 7 dead horses on her property. They would later seize 65 horses and 6 dogs from that farm. In the trial that followed, the veterinarian who autopsied 2 of the animals testified they had starved to death. Moore avoided a criminal conviction in that case, but was found guilty on 4 charges under the Animal Protection Act in 2022. She was also convicted a decade before of permitting horses to be in distress. People in court today for Moore's appearance tell CTV they're frustrated she hasn't faced stiffer penalties for repeat offenses. Police left several horses in Moore's care after that April seizure, ordering her to rehome them as part of her bail conditions. The case will be back in court early next month to set a trial date. In Evansburg, Jeremy Thompson, CTV News.
The Edmonton Police Service says crime is down in the city. The service says compared to 2023, the number of overall crimes reported in Edmonton dropped by more than 6% last year. The city's violent crime rate also saw a nearly 3% decrease compared to a 7% increase the year before. The Edmonton Police Service interim chief says disorder-related crimes are still increasing, which has police considering different strategies.
We have people using drugs. We know we have people overdosing. Some of it's in public, some of it's in private spaces. What is the health response? What partners do we need to partner up with as in terms of social partners or government partners to provide supports to these people? A justice response may not be the answer for the most part.
The city also saw a 153% increase in charges related to the possession of opioids other than heroin. A potential referendum question has been sent to a judge to make sure the question does not violate the Constitution. The proposed question is whether people agree with Alberta becoming a sovereign country and ceasing to be a province in Canada. The question was submitted to the electoral officer earlier this month by Mitch Sylvester, an executive with the Alberta Prosperity Project. If approved, Sylvester would still need to collect 177,000 signatures in 4 months to get his question on a ballot. In June, Alberta's electoral officer approved a competing question that seeks to have Alberta make it an official policy that the province will never separate from Canada. Elections Canada says next month's by-election in Alberta will have an adapted ballot as the number of candidates surpasses 200. Elections Canada has confirmed 209 candidates in the Battle River Crowfoot riding. The riding has been targeted by electoral reform advocacy group, the Longest Ballot Committee. Voters will now be required to write the name of the person they're voting for on the adaptive ballot. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is hoping to win the riding after losing his Ottawa seat in the spring election. The deadline for nominations for candidates is today. Still to come tonight on CTV News, head-to-head-to-head, a unique basketball tournament in Edmonton sees every player competing for themselves.
It's everything you can ask for and want in terms of basketball.
Three-time Olympian Michelle Plouffe is retiring from international basketball. Canadian Basketball says she's moving from the court to behind the bench as its new 3x3 performance manager. For more than a decade, Plouffe represented Canada as a standout player. Originally from Edmonton, she helped lead Canada to a fourth-place finish at the Paris Olympics in 2024. A few extra teams were on the basketball courts during a unique tournament in Edmonton this weekend. Fullcourt 21 Canada requires 6 players on the court at the same time. The catch is there's no teammates. You're out there all on your own. The first player to score at least 21 points or whoever has the highest score at the end of the time limit wins. The winners will compete in the World Final in New York.
New York's amazing, man. It's everything you can ask for and want in terms of basketball, the atmosphere, the fans, the crowd, everything. Like, it's a great place to play, and it's a great environment to be in.
The final takes place August 19th.
You be good at that because you don't ever pass.
Yeah. Usually I just stand by the net and just tap them in. Just tap them in. Were you shooting any hoops while you were on vacation last week?
No.
Lots of golf, though, I bet.
Just golf. Yeah. Take a look outside right now. The Action Furnace, River Valley Sky Camp, Action Furnace, fixed right or it's free, 21 degrees in Edmonton right now with a mix of sun and cloud through the day today. A little more sun than cloud this morning, a little more cloud than sun this afternoon. But as we mentioned earlier, that cloud cover is going to clear out of here pretty quickly. 19 degrees in Fort McMurray. It's 21 in Edmonton, 24 right now in Jasper. Just 17, though, in Calgary as you have some thunderstorms moving through that area. As expected, lots of thunderstorm activity through the foothills and down into southwestern Alberta. All of this will avoid the Edmonton area as it moves off to the east-southeast. You may see a shower or thunderstorm around Red Deer, but nothing expected here in the Edmonton region. We have some watches, though, all the way across the south, and then a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. Main threats off of these storms through the foothills and southwest Calgary. Sizable hail, which was a big issue yesterday with some of those severe storms that pushed through southern Alberta. And then you can see approaching Lethbridge later on this evening, but here in the Edmonton region, just some clearing overnight tonight and mainly sunny skies in the forecast for tomorrow and the next couple of days. You see this orange zone? This is your upper ridge, warm air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. That's going to keep skies fairly clear. You want some cool air loft if you want clouds and thunderstorms. But with this bubble of warm air sitting on top of us, you get sunshine and mid-20s tomorrow, but near 30 for daytime highs Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 5 degrees in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning. Should be in the 8-degree range in Grand Prairie. It'll be about 10 or 11 degrees tomorrow morning in Red Deer and Lloydminster. 13 here in Edmonton. Mid-20s across the northeast tomorrow. Still some lingering cloud cover through the morning. Sunshine comes out tomorrow afternoon. Sunshine 28s. Peace River, Grand Prairie, mid to upper 20s as well through the rest of western and northwestern Alberta. Red Deer, chance of some fog patches in the morning. Those will burn off fairly quickly, though. You get to the mid-20s tomorrow and low to mid-20s as well in Lloydminster and Coronation. Here in Edmonton, 19 degrees at 9 o'clock tonight, as the temperature should hold fairly steady, clearing overnight and light wind. We'll wake up to about 13 degrees tomorrow morning, little milder than it was this morning, up to around 25 with light wind and sunshine tomorrow afternoon. So that'll be the first time in about, well, since last Thursday that we're above 25 degrees. 28s, 29s for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's a chance you may get to 31 or 2 of these days, so we could add to that 4. Which is the total that we've had for 30-degree days so far this year. Could get to 5, maybe 6 before the end of the week. It will turn cooler, though. That upper ridge breaks down for the weekend, and so you get a good chance of some showers or periods of rain. And this looks like for parts of central and northern Alberta, it's a little too early to say exactly where, but for parts of the central and northern parts of the province, we could see some steady, heavy rain through parts of the weekend. Certainly cooler both Saturday and Sunday. Long-range forecast pushes us back into the mid-20s by Wednesday, Thursday. In the short term, though, bring back the heat.
Glad to see it. Josh, thank you. Growing season appears to be going well for many farmers in central Alberta. A new report says crops are doing well because of the amount of rain and moisture in the soil. Alberta Grain says the recent rain is relief for farmers who have been dealing with drought conditions since 2021. When we return, Coffee Champion, a winner is crowned in Canada's Best Barista competition.
If we can get to higher levels, that we can push each other.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Canada's Best Barista was crowned in Edmonton this weekend. Olympian Coffee Bar and Roastery hosted the finals on Sunday. It began with 18 competitors. The finals included the top 6 from across the country, including 2 from Edmonton. Each barista had to impress the panel of judges with their ingredients, taste, and technique.
And the intent for us to hold this is to show other people in coffee in the city that we can get to higher levels, that we can push each other, that we're not competition, that we're collaborators. And I think that this just tells everybody that we need to come together as a community to grow the industry in this city.
I think from the community, the appreciation for coffee just grows so much more. And I think that for the coffee industry, it just continues to evolve and to push it forward.
Ben Putt from Calgary's Monogram Coffee won, reclaiming the title of Canada's Best. This is his 7th Canadian Championship title. He will represent Canada at the World Barista Championships this fall. The Edmonton competitors from the Olympian came in 4th and 5th. That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.